Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun.
Well, Nick Collier here again. It's been a couple of weeks since we've been on this project, and truth be told, been kind of stymied by the whole thing. And yesterday afternoon, while I was at the gym, bang! Inspiration hit. I figured out how to approach this, and we're moving forward today. Hey, let's come in closer. Let's see what we're gonna do. Okay, we're all set up in the forge. We've got this thing down to about a half a thou out. We're gonna kick it into gear and start cutting from about right there. We'll put our carriage stop in place. Let's see what we got. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Take it in. Wait a second, we want to go the other way. Put a little oil on those gears. Alright, so we've got a good start going here. I think what we want to do is take a measurement from one end to the other. Make sure we haven't got a taper going. Because that's definitely the last thing we want is a taper. Looks like we do. So we're sitting at 298, and this one is 295. So we got about a 3/1000 taper. Which side is narrow? Can't remember. Okay, so we need to come this way. Excuse me. About 1.5 thou, which is not a whole lot, but that's a bit of a taper in such a short distance. So let's see what we can do about coming up with 1.5 thou here. Well, I think I'm just going to have to fake it because there's no place to put my indicator. So screwdriver. So we're wanting to come this way, and that means tweaking this thing just slightly. Let's try that. Let's see what we got now. We are at 10 exactly. Oh man. Nice guessing, Nick. 10 exactly. So we're right on the money. So now we got to figure out what the size is. And we got a ways to go, that's for sure. So we're going to 190, 190, yeah, 190. 190? Yep. Okay. let's try going the other way. It looks a little bit rough this way, so let's try just for fun. So we're about 40 away. And we're now about 15, 17 away. Six away. Let me measure this thing again. $16. So 5 away. Alright, we'll take 4. Looks pretty good. Alright, so we're going to come this way just a little bit. Clean up that edge. Make sure that we're in the right place. Nope, needs to go a little bit more. I'm feeling just a bit of an edge there. Alright, so let's just take it just a little bit more. Yeah, that's good. Okay, we got 1. And that's going to be a good seat for that. Nice and strong. Put the second one in. Alright, well, what I've been struggling with is how to come in to the end of this and make a hex. Now, you know, I could put it on the mill and do it that way, but, super complicated setup, and I really don't want to do that. So I thought, well, what other approach? And I've been thinking about it for a good week or so, and not come up with any answers until yesterday. And that is I don't have to be a machinist to do this. I can be a jeweler. And so what we're going to do is we're going to pull a pin and get a little dicum. It doesn't have to be a super tight fit. It just has to lock. Oh, let's put some Dykem on the other side since we're here. Alright. Let that dry a bit. We'll come back. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to drop our pin in. And we're going to get it in there nice and tight, kind of locked. And then I'm going to get my cheater glasses. Come in real close and mark our perimeter. And I think that's going to do it. Let's have a look and see. There it is, right there. So, I think what we're going to do is come in and drill this out to the nominal size, and then just come in with a file or maybe a jeweler's burr and burr out the hex. So let's flip it over and do the same thing for this side. There's the signal to put more wood in the fire. And this went to the other side, this goes to this side. Get it locked down. And this one misses just a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. And there's our hex. Yeah, that's good. So we'll take it over to the mill. We'll center this out. We'll bore it. And then, actually we got to do it to both pieces. And then we'll come back in and file this until we get the hex shape. We'll be back. Alright, rather than get too involved trying to find center here, we're just going to, we put a number 10 drill bit in, and we're going to bring that around until we think we're centered, and drop it down, and just keep playing with it until we can drop into that hole without any problems. And I'm feeling it hit just a little bit. I'd say that's pretty much it. Okay. Come down a bit. And we're going to be looking for our nominal size of the hex is 308. Is, well, 312 is 5/16. Let's see if we're exactly the same here. That's 312. There's 310. There's 312. Okay, so 312. So that's 5/16. All right. Let's snug her down a bit. Come down with the camera. That's better. And we're just gonna bore a hole right in there, or drill a hole right in that. All right, let's see what that looks like. Looks pretty good. Now I have to do is just knock out some of the corners. All right, well, the jeweler idea didn't exactly work out because I wasn't going to be able to be accurate enough. So I think what I'm going to do is I laid this out, and I'm going to do both sides of the hex, and then I'm going to rotate the vise however many degrees, you know, what is that, 360 divided by 6, 60 degrees. I'm going to rotate the vise 60 degrees, find center again, recut those two lines, rotate the vise another 60 degrees, find center again, and cut those two lines. It's going to take a little bit of extra time, but the time that I'll spend trying to find center on the center of my either super spacer or whatever I think I'm going to save some time here. So we're going to plunge down. We're all set with these two lines here. We're going to plunge down and cut the two facets. All right, well, instead of grinding the socket out, because we got a pretty nice clean finish there, I'm going to go and take the, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it readjusted. Okay, that's better focus. I'm going to take the bolt head down just a little bit, enough so that this thing will fit. So we are all kind of set up and ready to go here. I just need to bring it in closer, somewhere right around in that general area. And I think it's probably best to square up the hex receiver here with the vise so that I can keep a consistent depth. Okay, coming all over. That looks pretty good. We'll see what that looks like. I think it's better to take it out and have a look at it. Look at that. Like a glove it fits. I love it. Now the problem is, no, I think it's going to be fine. All right. That was a big hassle, but it was worth it. Because of two things. Well, one thing really. And that is this edge is so close to that corner, and I didn't want to open that up. So, that's good. We're going to take this off and play with it a little. All right, well, this is where we've gotten. And this is the part that was stymieing me so badly, is making that that hex so that the shaft will fit inside of there. And now it fits. And so the concept is that the shaft will slide inside of the hex, and it fits pretty good. I still have to fiddle with it a bit. Will slide inside of the shaft, and then the hinge, or the arm, will pull the thread in to the center and tighten up on this. And then if it comes out of adjustment, or if it needs adjustment, you can just simply pull this out. Oops, that's too far. You can pull this out and rotate it and get your adjustment by rotating. So that's as far as we've gotten, and literally I put 3 hours into this morning. So, but we're getting very close. Hopefully it works. So what I have to do next is cut these to length. Well, first cut out at least 2 segments so that this will fit into the center, right like that. So 2 segments, yeah, I'd say 2 segments, and then cut this shaft to length so that it fits, and then take this apart and cut the heavy threaded part off, and there's a small threaded area in here. Turn this down so that it screws into that. Put a nut on the back side of it so that it locks, and then we have it. And you know, I couldn't put this on this shaft here because this shaft is smaller than that one. So that gets us to the next step. We've got a number of more hours. So I'm happy. Well, that entire process didn't work. So now we've kind of stepped back and kind of reevaluated, and we're moving forward with building a small washer with the hex in the middle. And the washer will push up against the aluminum hinge and grip it. So, hey, on with another test. Okay, we've got ourselves a hex. Even though I hate doing it, I don't see any other way. We're going to have to rotate this head a bit and then have to tram it back in later. But it is what it is, right? It's been a while since it's been trammed in anyhow, and you know how they tend to lose their focus after a while. So we're going to just rotate this head around a bit because we got to catch that edge. I'm probably going to take it right on over to close to 45 at least.
45. Tighten her back up. Now we're going to catch that bottom edge right on the top of that washer. Well, future washer. Right now it's the end of a stub. Okay. So, snug that down. Bring that on over. Let's take this out, just in case. And okay, and since our super spacer is set up to do 15-degree increments, we're just going to go around the circle and do 15 degrees. And let's see. Thinking that's pretty good. Let's see what that looks like. Very good.